Today we're going to talk a little bit about investing in our money, and we're going to talk a little bit more about our money and where do we spend our money each day versus, because it's the one main thing that's going to differentiate between entrepreneurs that are thriving and those that are struggling is where they spend their money. So ask yourself, where do you spend your money each day? And we've been in business for myself, gosh, I've been in business for over 20 years now, and we've been in this business partnership, Kinsler Brown, for 8 years, informally about 10 years now, and we've seen a lot, and there's been some hills and some valleys and that sort of thing going through. But when you can really start breaking things down and starting to see where your money is spent, and after a year you get that P&L back and say, man, if I just did this a little bit different there, maybe we could have lived without this, or we could have lived without that. But one thing that's just one thing that's simple, that as a rule of thumb every day when you go to work, is that, am I spending money on those things that are going to grow our business, or those things that are going to maintain our business? So, and I guess number one, and where to lead from there, immediately what comes to my mind is our employees. Now, our employees that we have on hand right now, who are those employees that are generating the most revenue for you? And when we create a job description, is our job description that we create for these individuals, does that reflect what they're going to do, and that job description is going to drive production and dollars to the bottom line as well? Also, that's one thing with the job description, but also I'll look at the quality of employees. We have some employees that are very good at being proactive, that they go the extra mile each day. They spend about 20% of their time not just working in the business, not being part of what we call the whirlwind, but are actually driving. And we're always looking for not only the people that are coming in the door today, but how are we going to get the people they're supposed to be coming in the door tomorrow? We should be working just as hard as figuring out how we're going to get that next client in, as we are working on the clients that we have that are already there. But you always got to have that proactive approach. Most businesses get themselves stuck in the position of, if I'm just going to work every day, my employees, they get caught in that whirlwind. Well, if all we're doing is servicing the customer, and we do a good job with the customer, and the customer, they leave happy, what it may be, well, that's good, but is that what's going to drive your business? Because you can be the best doggone at whatever you are, at whatever field it is, and that customer still won't come back to you because they moved out of state, they've just found somebody else. I have a brother, sister that that's into the business, and I'm going to give them the business now, or what it may be. And you can have the best service in the world and they're still going to fall off. So number one, you got to have a good product there when at the point of sale. Yes, that's a given. But what are we going to do as far as attracting additional revenue? So just want to have that understanding. Is like, when you're spending your money, looking at your employees, what's going to grow your business? Another thing too that comes in mind when you're looking at spending your money is, do we need to, especially in the things that are maybe they're maintenance items, maybe they're things that are in your bathroom, if it's a cleaner, or if it's a deodorizer, or what it may be. Are those things that we need to be spending our money on, or could we be spending them on other things that are going to help drive our business? Maybe we don't have to have the $4 pens for our employees. Maybe a nice dollar pen is good enough, but let's take the money from there that we save over there and we put it into the marketing over here. Maybe we can afford to put this person on the calls, making outgoing calls to drive business off from our client base for a couple more hours to drive that business rather than having the nice pens, type of thing. What is it that's going to drive business? Because that pen probably isn't yeah, and employees, they like that really neat pen, but the dollar pen's still pretty nice too. Are we going to lose our employee over that? Think about those types of things. Understanding too that every ounce or every inch of the real estate and the space that you have for your business, is it being used wisely? Is it being utilized effectively? Is there somebody at the office all the time? Is this space being used? Because if it's not, it's just extra, and you don't need that. And if you, let's say for instance, if you spent too much money and $20,000 this year on rents, which can add up pretty darn quick. What if we had that money that we could invest in maybe getting 150 new customers through some marketing strategies that we have? And things start turning around really quick. So looking at that, so just kind of going over those things, identify where are your growth dollars and where are your maintenance dollars being spent, and start there. And we can talk some more, talking about job descriptions and that sort of thing going forward. But yep, that's all I have for you today. Thank you very much for being an audience. Take care. Bye-bye.